script did no, it didn't. Welcome everyone to
our
the
show.
very last Black Sheep show of the semester, and for some of us,
Our last one
of
ever.
all.
And last
Yeah, exactly. That's how you all feel right there. Like, whatever that was.
last one ever, unless Dean Zygowitz lied to me and failing the class and I'm failing will mean that I can't graduate.
What's in my life? So look forward to that. Wow, we have sorry, awkward thing.
Yeah, so we have a great night
Yeah.
ahead of you with our
Post-it notes. No, okay.
If you just keep it down, we're like trying to do a thing. We don't have a theme tonight, which is somewhat unusual for us. Yeah, unplugged, I guess, is kind of, but this is going to be a little more wacky and random than we're used to. So, like, be prepared for true emotional journey.
Yeah.
I hope you're all ready to go on that.
Yeah. Also, we do snap. Please snap.
Yeah, what's that for me? No, just work. Alright, so you can all snap, so if you hear something good.
Something that you would like to have written on Twitter, posted on Twitter, give us some snaps. But yeah, so, alright, without, I guess we'll just dive right into it. So without further ado. Alright, so, one of the things.
We're doing these?
No, that's for later, that's for later.
Okay.
So one of the things we talked about when we were coming up with a theme for this show was revisiting the old name of this group.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Anyone out there? Yeah. One for lessons.
We talked about it being like one last night is verbal essences or something like that, and then we did not do that. But one of the things that verbal essences used to do a lot is all of the poets had walkout songs. And so for everyone's introductions tonight, I have brought it upon myself to bring back walkout songs.
Might better be good.
Just for our lovely non-senior people, but and so I've chosen different songs from the High School Musical series. For our first poet.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play it on my phone. So.
Please welcome Taylor!
I'd like you to know that at the top of this it just says, "My seniors are leaving me, oh no." Purple lipstick reached across the sea in the form of a Facebook message, and with a simple, "Have you heard of Black Sheep?" I wandered my way into the gingerbread plum trees. I've got this note on my phone that says college is Candyland, and I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but you see, these lines that I'm writing in my notes when I'm drunk, but there's no drinking the black box. And stepping into this room was a little like a board game. Those gingerbread plum trees pulled me in, purple lipstick reaching hands, pick a card, pick a color, and land in the candy cane forest, the crunching of peppermint sticks beneath your feet sounds through the trees like snapping, bouncing off the cold windows, and those lanky legs made me laugh. Mr. Mint smelled like cigarettes and lavender, and I couldn't stop snapping. Even when he was in the rearview mirror, my feet carrying me down this sugarcane street, there's still too much to see. Pick a card, pick a color, and I'm landing lucky this time. A gumdrop pass through the peaks and valleys, wishing I'd picked double colors sooner. It took me too long to find my way to the doors, but I missed the first shortcut. Some of us took the long way around, and now we're sitting around a table talking highs and lows, and before we know it, I've picked another card, another color, and the licorice castle looks a little haunting, but it isn't quite so daunting if I keep my eyes on the path and realize there are friends by my side. Some are 3 steps ahead, others a few behind, and some of us are tripping over our own feet. But these two are new and know how to catch themselves with their words, and they catch me too, and we're all caught up in this last semester. Some pieces take a while to fall together. Another card, another color, another card, another color, and we've all got a little grandma nutter. Not all of the screws are quite screwed into place, but there'd be no room for growth without the cracks and the spaces, and we're caught up in the game, trying to play it right, rewriting the wrongs, change that, rewrite, editing out, fucking up the edits, and bettering each other. And peanut brittle is sharp, and sometimes it's hard to swallow, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we've still got a few pieces to go, so I pick another card, another color, and I know it's a race to the finish line, but I start to slow down, look around, look up, only to realize that the king and queen may reside at the end of the path, but a benevolent ruler is heard across all the land, and I've been hearing cotton candy whispers in the wind, the kind that lead you in the right direction, level your head and intonation, longer pauses, steady your voice, take care of yourself. Things will fall into place. Maybe college is nothing like Candyland, but I'll keep every card, every color tucked in my back pocket for a rainy day, because some board games you'll never grow out of, and some words will always taste sweet.
Yeah, so I'm a little out of my depth because I never saw High School Musical 3, which is a major in who I am as a person. But I did own the High School Musical 1 soundtrack, so
Alright!
coming in really even on that. And I'm indifferent to 2.
What about
so
2?
Thanks. Okay, yeah, thank you for prompting me. High School Musical 2, wow, what a sharp decline.
Speaking of High School Musical 2, here is a song from it to introduce our next poet. It's such a bummer we can't play more of this song because it starts off really slow every day. But it really fucking slaps. It fucking slaps later on.
And a satisfactory, olfactory experience starting on my day. I don't know whence it came, but I do know the when. It was a time of much simplicity and little care, when I bound down the stairs, bounced around everywhere, till I could finally settle for breakfast. Granite cool, but plate warm on the bottom, from the emanating radiance of a perfectly crafted English muffin. Smelling it in the salt and sesame, I imagined how it traveled through vortexes to reach me. Jelly smeared over the sky, forming nebulae, making radiant raspberry galaxies. Spots of boiling butter buttoned the sky shut with stars, and the muffin moon craters cradled the flavors through 900 miles of time and space, till it collected its components and landed on a plate somewhere in salt and sesame. I imagined the incredible journey it took to bring me my home from afar. Or maybe I can just find it here too.
I'm just like still processing that totally. Yesterday I was at work and hit a point where I was really tired and had taken an Ativan, and I was sitting in work trying to write like a story that I was working on, and all I could think about was just like, I really want banana bread, but I don't just want to eat banana bread, I want to like be inside. And that's honestly, that's what that poem felt like. I felt like I was just inside the English muffin. I feel cradled by its loving arms. Anyway, so this is a classic, an absolute classic. Again, from, I think this is, I can't remember what this one is from, honestly. I don't know, but it's a classic. And so here we go. Sounds really different.
Shout it out if you know it.
No, this is for free. This is for free. This is free.
Yes, this is okay. Computer my radio head.
The boys are back.
Hello, I'm a boy and I'm also back. It's like the best song in the trilogy. Like it's a jam. It's a bottle. It slaps. Alright, I gotta read a poem. This past Sunday morning was the first time I've ever cursed the sun. Its intrusive rays, praying, prying, opening, cracking, licking, exposing everything that had crawled out of its hole during the nighttime. I was one of those beings. I checked both ways before I crossed the street and tiptoed my way into an aura that iced the streets with heavy, heavy, heavy dark chocolate. After a quick glance around, I stepped off the curb into the road and closed my eyes. Just to heighten my own sensation, I knew the risk, tasted the danger, and it only made me walk faster across those bold yellow lines time and time again. I hear the tires screech when they spot me, and it only makes me move closer. You may think that this was a dangerous idea. Okay. But who knows what else lurks in the night, what cars and broken headlights, mosquitoes and faulty stoplights, stop signs cracked down the middle, but it didn't matter because I had my eyes closed anyway. I didn't even bother to look. Thank God you didn't look either. Thank God you didn't stop me, but walked blindly alongside me, hand in hand, meaning a car would have to hit us both to knock us over. Thank God you told me when we got to the other side, or else I would have just kept walking down Fordham Road until I became another bag stuck in one of those dead trees, like sick ornaments, a testament to something both fleeting and captured for all to see. Thank God we opened our eyes at the same time, close enough so that we could see each other, but everything else still too dark to make out, our bodies too hidden in velvet to be called out by anyone we didn't want peeking. I cursed the sun as it rose this Sunday morning because it bleached our cave of mischief and blind trust, a single unimpressive moment between two unimpressive shadows that stretched across hours of old film reels, stretched like cotton t-shirts, stretched like bare backbones, stretched like melting, melting, melting milk chocolate. You're softer than I expected, but that doesn't mean you're delicate. You valiantly tried to fight off the sun with a shield of splayed fingers and were happy to deny reality for a while. What am I saying? Deny reality. You walked into it and punched it the moment you saw it. You write your own in films, I write my own in poems, and somewhere in the middle is the truth dipped in peanut butter and chocolate. But actually, I hate chocolate. And you prefer coffee, but whatever. You ripped reality with your teeth and put in its place sleep, and before you left, I told you the words of the poet you keep. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thy ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale. So believe me, love, it's not a sunrise until we say so. It's only the headlights coming for us.
So this next poet was trying to guess what we were going to do for introductions. And at one point she was like, I bet it's going to be vines. And honestly, I wish I had thought about that. Like, I wish I had. But the thing is that like she and I can quote vines to one another so perfectly that, and like we can quote so many of them that I don't even know which I would pick for us. Probably the roommates one, just as, But anyway, so, do you have anything to say about our next poem?
Silence speaks louder than words.
I would say that I'm so overcome with emotion that I couldn't express it in words. I'm gonna use that to get out of a lot of talking tonight.
Yeah. I'm feeling, I'm saving all of my like nice things to say to all of the underclassmen under everyone else until later, just that way, because I know people got mad at me the other night for making everyone cry like right out of the gate. So not doing that. But anyway. This would be way cooler if it wasn't just on my phone.
It's me. I'm really happy Roman chose that song for me because, like Troy in that scene, I too am a dramatic and petty bitch. Okay, anyway, here's my phone. Washing my hands before dinner took me at least 5 minutes. No matter how much sweet pea soap I would use or how scalding the water was, chalk would always linger in the crevices of my hands, drying them out. A reminder of the day before the sun kissed the trees in my backyard and disappeared for what felt like forever. Before that, though, the driveway that snaked up the side of my house looked like an ant farm from above. Tiny arms and legs crawling in and out of chalk patterns, foursquare misshapen flowers, hopscotch. I tripped and fell more times than I actually made it to the rock, and I fought back tears for 5 minutes so the big kids in the neighborhood wouldn't see the scar on my knee that was there from last week, reopened with soft droplets of scarlet, pouring out. And they'd laugh. She's just a girl with nothing else to give. I'd get up, hit the kickball hard with the inside of my foot. It would hit the garage door with the ringing of silicone on metal that I haven't listened to hard enough still lingers in my ears, screaming, I am here. I will stay. I am here. I will stay. The rain eventually came late afternoon. Everyone would scatter to their homes around the cul-de-sac, but I sat and let my clothes and hair sop up the storm. It washed away the pastel pink and ground up chunks of green that stuck to my driveway. Nothing but puddles in their place. My mother would shout over the din of the garage door finally opening, Dad was coming home, get out of the way before he runs you over. I don't know exactly when the plastic bucket was thrown away. The Crayola label faded, unreadable, but when my eyes close and spots of light dance around the darkness of the inside of my eyelids, I see the squares stacked up on top of one another. Lines, never straight. My name etched into the driveway until my favorite color was taken away by my sister. Numbers always too narrow to be seen. And there's still a scar on my knee. There are still puddles on the pavement. There's still chalk in my hands. I am there, but I am gone. I am there, but I'm gone. Thank you.
Good!
He did one thing, and I did. But you got all the words.
No, I got nominated for the word. It's fine, they can take it back anyway. It's so mean. Do you guys remember the High School Musical, the like pop-up edition with like little facts on the side? Yeah, that's. I wish we had those for this show. I'm the pop-up facts. There we go.
Alright, so what's the pop-up fact for this poet?
Pop-up fact is that this poet and I were in a Dante and philosophy class for one whole semester. We both enjoyed hearing about people tortured in hell. So that should give you a sense of what kind of person this is. And what kind of person I am.
So on Tortured in Hell, their song.
Yeah, Sophia!
Totally forgot about that song until she brought it up, and now all I'm seeing is Sharpay's blue flamenco. I'm feeling it, guys. Put a piano in a public place and people will flock to it, placing their fingers on those ivory keys, the instrument tuned for free play of music in this ephemeral spot called an airport, where people are only passing through, strangers barely exchanging greetings. Someone bravely plays a tune, trying to connect, if only briefly, before their ascent to the ether, aloft for a while, until they descend to be grounded again in another plane. This plot of land never grows something permanent from the people that pass through it, and still some hopeful one sows song in the air, gives seeds of harmony. For a moment we are all together in the atoms in a loosely bonded structure, spontaneously chosen creation, purposeful, if not permanently placed before we part, still strangers with a tiny point of knowledge of each other. This is an airport. We are just waiting longer for our flight. The hour it takes to perform this show, the 4 years it takes to get your degree, or the lifetime it takes to learn to let go, grow, love God, loving and dying happily. But I implore you, for the brief time we are here, let yourself hear the music from a stranger's headphones on the subway. The ravaged thumbs of the person texting next to you in class, I beg you. Remember the face of someone in this crowd you've never spoken to. Let some unknown soldier of this ending adolescence touch your heart and become a human to you. Acknowledge the living soul inside them, even if you don't say hi to them, for the collected bits of time we only carry burned on our hearts and used as instruction in our memories for our future. Do not remember them as a flat image of a lazy reminder. Take stock, catalog, some artifacts that strike your eyeballs like hammers strike the strings to bring Bach into the air. Maybe it's the way you could hear them breathe. The quick smile shared as you borrowed their pen, the way you both smiled at a professor's antics. Just pick something that makes them stick. It will be something small, and they may still be a stranger, but you have to hold on to it and carry it for the rest of your life. So make it portable and important to you. Make it something that reminds you, even if you only have one sparkling penny of someone's fortune, they are worth as much as the inheritances saved in every body. That you know better, even the one you expect yourself. Take a penny. Hold it close-fisted in your palm until it is warm and reminds you that the person you took it from is alive and well, or no. Say a prayer, wish them well, hope they arrive at their next destination all right. See souls soaring across plains and remember that this world is an airport, an ephemeral place. But take a penny, leave a penny at the airport convenience store so someone will remember you, recognize you, when you hopefully meet again, when the journey ends.
So our next poet technically made her acting debut in Top 1X this semester, but longtime fans will remember her first role as person at party in our frat house themed show last semester. All right! Yeah, that was
Great. And?
fact.
Do it. Do it. Right.
I knew my breakfast order like the back of the paper placemat they would give you at the Bedport Diner. Sunday mornings after church, we would tumble out of the SUV, all four of us, tangled hair and skinned knees under ripped stockings, if you were me. Hungry for that fried egg smell we knew so well, we fell over each other, desperate to be first, while my parents tried to contain the chaos to one booth of paint peeling soups. And they passed out the kids' menus so we could pick what to eat, but we were more concerned with what was underneath. In neat little rows were the ads for Rosie's Dollar Parlor or Matthew's Funeral Home. Pick a number, then another, and we traced the line to find our destinies. 2 and 5, we arrived at teacher's driving school. Nice. After all, you beat every one of us at go-karts every time we went down the shore. Yeah, sure, that works out. What can you get for me? But I never minded running out of time, because every time I went to the diner, I knew. French toast, please, with some hot chocolate, too. And it was back to the chatter, the ordered madness of 4 kids under 10, their precocious grandness. And we stopped going to Mass eventually, and slowly we started entering our teens, and I stopped ordering French toast every week because it was less healthy, and we stopped going to the diner. That was the sad thing. Till one night when I was 17, March, the part of the year that's always too dark, and there are college applications to start and taxes to chart, and your heart is all twisted and anxious to depart, and summer is just so damn far. You get in the car and you drive to the Medport Diner. And nothing's changed except you look coarse, and the ads on the map, and you look long and look hard, and you wish there were answers, if not in the stars, on the placemat of the diner. When the waiter took our order, I panicked. I didn't know my future or what I wanted for breakfast for dinner. I said, come back to me. And everyone got eggs. Omelet over medium on a bagel. I'm supposed to be sunny side. Everything coming over easy. Quick fried with perfect circles smiling from pearly whites. But I'm terrified of breaking something so perfectly aligned. So I order scrambled. And maybe that's fine, and maybe for now the sun can still shine through a diner window, and it doesn't have to be a sign from the divine you were meant to know anything about the future of your life. It's Friday night, and I'm starved and feeling half alive, and there are only 360 more nights till I have to decide what I'm doing with my life. So I open the fridge, and there's tomatoes and ham and all the other random shit, because in college there's no such thing as a grocery list, and there's 2 eggs left. I crack them in a pan, and I throw it all in, and I scramble it around until the onions turn golden brown, and maybe I don't have it all figured out. But for now, I'll have wheat toast and bacon and lots of hash browns and 2 eggs scrambled, with all the extras you found.
What? I thought you wanted to play song. Alright, you give the fact, because I haven't come up with
It's a give and take. Our fact for our next poet is, and this will tie into the song, so I'm setting you up. He's deceptively good at basketball, but he does have one glaring weakness. If you step on his ankle. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of basketball.
Oh god.
Please welcome Simon!
Things that can fly. As a kid, I loved everything that could fly. Any object that had a place in the great mosaic of the sky. Be it jet planes or rocket ships or hell, even kites. Especially kites. But rocket ships are far more interesting, for sure. They burn fast and they go far. They go very far. They leave to mingle with the planets and sing songs with all the stars. Some people I know are rocket ships. They cost a lot of money and make a lot of noise. I've seen them clamor to escape the world that built them, watching them leave with such fire and fury is something to behold, and for a moment, The earth to them seems the size of a marble. But when they fall back down to earth, which all of them eventually do, it's far from a pretty sight. Their once pristine, shiny parts disintegrate into the sea and become particles in the sands they've tried so hard to forget. Yet, I love many a rocket ship. Airplanes, on the other hand, are different. They don't have to leave to be one with the stars, but Haley Williams already beat me to that line, so let me go another. When I was a kid, my cousin had to explain to me that airplanes couldn't park in the sky. And what I was pointing at was indeed a star. I was disappointed, to say the least. Don't get me wrong, I've fallen in love with the night sky and I've lusted over celestial bodies, but you never get to guess where stars are headed. Planes take off so they can land, albeit somewhere far, albeit somewhere else. But at the very least, planes leave you with a dream, albeit one you can't be in. But I've loved many planes too. But I especially loved kites. A kite was different from every other object in the sky because of how it got there and how it left. A kite started on the ground by my side and we ran together among fields of springtime and sorrow. I got to see firsthand how a kite learned to fly. Sure, it got stuck in the occasional tree and often couldn't pick up enough wind, but when it finally flew, I didn't have to run anymore. As I watched it join my head in the clouds, I started to notice the string wrapped around my hand, tethered to the newest addition to the blue tapestry above. But as I slow down, the kite does as well, and it goes back down, back to me. You see, kites don't leave you to join the clouds. No, kites, they go back down. Kites don't leave the sky by getting pulled back into orbit. Kites don't leave the sky by landing at some faraway destination. Kites leave the sky because they choose to be tethered. But on the many car rides I've taken back home with a kite in my hand, I realized long ago that kites don't belong on the ground with me. Kites belong in a sentimental story. Kites belong in a glass of dandelion wine. Kites belong in the sky, tethered to my hand only by a string of memories. I don't own any more kites. I've given them to younger cousins or donation boxes. I've let go of all of them because they don't belong on the ground with me. But I've loved many kites.